Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about the Packtalk Slim. So ever since I started riding, I've been using Cardo systems as my communicator. I actually had I think it's called the G9X, and I upgraded to the Packtalk Slim since last year. Has it been a year? Yeah, I think since last year. And I chose the Slim versus the Bold because I wanted a very flush system where there's no like big things sticking out on like the Packtalk Bold. And why I upgraded is because the new system, this Packtalk Slim, first of all, it cost around $290 and plus tax. And it's now using direct mesh instead of Bluetooth. Actually, it can pair with the old G9 or G9X via Bluetooth, along with having paired with direct mesh communication to other Packtalk Bold or Packtalk Slim, just to make that clear. So upgrading was actually, a no-brainer, because the direct mesh communication is way better at picking up the signal. If you guys are riding together as a big group and some of you fall behind or somebody is too far, it will cut off. But once you guys get close enough, then instantly it will reconnect. There's never been any issues. There was a little bit of issue when I had the G9X because the connection is not as clear either, and it's harder to pair. It's just an older technology. So upgrading, it was nice, and I do not regret it at all. You can use voice commands. You can hook it up with your phone, so you can use Siri or Google to open up your phone for navigation, whatever. So everything is basically voice controlled. I almost never have to use my hands to type in things on the phone because I can just reply via voice as well. There's a few things I didn't like about the Packtalk Slim, and if you guys have been watching my previous videos, I keep mentioning it because it keeps coming up. And with a system that is almost $300 something after the fact, I am hoping for something that doesn't break so easily. So I am not the only one having this problem. I have a few friends who also decided they didn't want to use the Packtalk Bold, so they bought the Packtalk Slim. And after a few usages, I wouldn't say, because it ranges, okay? It doesn't happen overnight, but it doesn't happen like a year later. It just happens randomly. So this, if you can see here, is where you charge the unit. And what I have done is I have put in a magnetic charger. So this circle thing, which I am afraid to take out because, and I'll tell you why in a second, this charger thing has so far been a lifesaver because it hasn't broken since then. And that is my biggest issue, was that this may have been my fourth Packtalk Slim already, because I keep having to get new ones because the charger port, it just comes loose. So the whole connection, for example, the USB, like if this was the USB and this is what it connects to, the repeated charging and discharging, sometimes the whole thing comes off. So then now you're in the middle of nowhere or far away from home, and then your communicator doesn't work. So, I mean, sure, it's not a big deal, but if you had spent this much money to have that luxury of listening to music, to podcast, whatever, while you're out there far away, and then it breaks, and then you're like, okay, why spend $300 on things that keep breaking? So actually that hopefully should be an update in their later versions to fix that issue, because like I said, I'm not the only one having that problem. But with the magnetic charging feature, it hasn't been an issue. However, okay, so this rubber thing that covers the charger port keeps water from coming in. So doing this means that it is no longer waterproof. So if you are riding in heavy rain, I caution against that. You may want to test the waters that way, or you may just want to ply it up and close it, or just not use the communicator. I haven't ridden this on heavy rain yet, because the new technique I have discovered was just recently, and it's been summer and hot and wildfires. No rain. I mean, there was some rain in the mountains, but I wouldn't count that. I'm talking about thunderstorm, heavy rain. I don't know how it would fare in that kind of situation. So on another note, I do have friends who did choose the Packtalk Bold. These are equally the same, and they've never had issues with the charging ports breaking with the Packtalk Bold. I am not sure if they're different in price, and the only thing that like I said, that veered me towards this versus that was because I like the slim version, where it doesn't really stick out too much. So you don't have that big thing sticking out here. You already have the GoPro somewhere in your helmet, and you have all these gadgets, all, you know, like too much. So, and another thing I want to talk about is, me personally, I do not use the ear speaker things that come with the helmet. This helmet does come with or has enough space to have the speakers installed in it, but I am on long rides, I do not feel comfortable with not having enough space for my ear, and the speaker is right on my ear. I do wear earplugs, so I have the earplugs and the speaker like this on my ear. So instead, what I do is I just use regular earphones, and I change the earbuds to this. It's like a memory foam, and it's very comfortable, and it's always gonna be right in my ears. Not like if you're installing the speakers, you have to make sure that it's actually right in your ears, because if it's somewhere in the area, which not everybody's head is shaped the same, so you always have to kind of manipulate the helmet inside, or where you position those speakers, to make sure that it's directly in your ear. Otherwise, you're gonna turn the volume all the way up and still won't be able to hear the other people. Another thing I want to touch on is so battery life. Battery life is amazing. You can ride with this all day and not run out of battery, if and only if you're plainly using it for communicating with the rest of the group. Another caveat, if they do not talk a lot. So if you have a colleague that talks too much, it keeps working, the battery keeps getting used, the battery life will not be as long. Another thing is, if you listen to music all throughout your ride, and then you're connected to other people, and then there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of battery usage with that as well. That's the worst, actually. I would say that this battery life for that would only be 2 hours max. And I tried it multiple times, and every time I'm listening to music, riding, I have people on the comm, it's 2 hours pretty much, more or less. And you can't use it, or I've never tried anyway, because I don't know how how that's even safe, to have it continually charging while you're using it. I don't know if that's possible. And yeah, so if you're trying to conserve battery, then keep that in mind. If you're traveling by yourself, keep that in mind as well, because if you are listening to music, like I said, 2 hours, yeah, you'll have to stop and charge it. I don't remember if 2 hours means completely dead or almost dead, but 2 hours is kind of like a strong indication that you've used up a lot of battery life. And if you don't have time to charge it and you need it for navigation, you need it for something else, then you should think about if it's stopping to charge it or just not listening to music the entire time that you are riding. So it looks like I've covered everything. The connection, so like I said, the direct mesh connection is so nice. I do not regret upgrading at all, and I've had this for over a year now. It's still good. I just hate that one thing, so in terms of durability, that's my one complaint, is that you're paying $300 for a piece of equipment where the charging port is cheaply secured, or poorly secured, I would say, because it breaks so easily. You have to get that magnetic connector if you want to keep it working all the time. So that's it. Should I tell you guys how to install it? It's very easy to install this system in any helmet. So like I told people in my previous videos, I do own a few helmets. I just always veer towards using my XD4 because it's the best. But I have made my communicator easy to disassemble, take out of the helmet, switch to the other helmet, because I do not want to have to buy 5 communicators. So I'm gonna show you how I mounted this on. So I'm taking this off right now. And I have the microphone just velcroed. I don't use the boom mic that has the stiff cable. That's mostly for modular helmets. So I use the one that's just a wired microphone that's velcroed to the front of my, right here, to the front of the helmet. Everything is black, so hopefully you guys saw that. It's hard to see. So I'm just removing it to show you guys. And then I just unclip the cheek pads on this helmet, so easy to remove. So I just unclip it and pull this out. There you go. It comes with different pieces on the back, depending on the type of helmet that you have. So far for my helmets, I have AGV helmets and Arai helmets, and I use this same system. I don't have to switch anything. I just take this whole thing, and as you can see here, and then I just put it on the other helmet. And the signal between riders with this system is really good. I really like it. So overall, I keep rebuying it because I am satisfied overall, especially with the mod that I did. I just have to keep in mind I'd have to do some changes in terms of thunderstorms, make sure that doesn't get wet. But right now in the summer, it's okay, it's good. So there you go. Hopefully this video is very helpful for those of you who are looking to find what kind of communicator you want to get for traveling. And if so, please like and subscribe, and put in the comments if you guys have any suggestions on future videos that I should be making that would help you guys. So thanks for watching, and see you then.